guys. I noticed that there's still a few of you who are having troubles navigating Google Classroom, finding your assignments, figuring out what you need to do and when. And in order to help you with that a little bit, I'm going to walk you through how this whole Google Classroom thing works. So, first off, this is what my homepage looks like when I go to classroom.google.com. This is a list of all the classes that either I'm teaching or I'm enrolled in. And I'm going to go ahead and click into one of the classes that I'm enrolled in just to kind of give you what the student view looks like. So I'm going to click on here, and you guys will see that there's a couple of tabs up at the top. We have Stream, Classwork, and People. The Stream just gives me an update of anything that someone has posted. These are announcements. They're also assignments. Anything basically that comes up right here. Now, I also have the option of going to this classwork tab. The classwork tab is really useful because it gives me the chance to look at the different topics that maybe my teacher has used. So, for example, if I wanted to look at weekly feedback right here and reflection forms, I could do that. Then I would have the ability to go in and maybe answer some of the questions, do the assignments as they are listed here. So this one, for example, is an assignment. This was from before I was even here at Forest Hills. So I'm going to click on that one and check it out. Now with this one, if you go into any assignment, this is approximately what your assignment should look like. Now you have a few options here. I could click on any of these different documents right here, open them up, maybe do some work in there. I could add or create some work that I've done through through my Google Drive by clicking add or create right here. It gives me the option to add things from my Google Drive or to upload files or add links to websites. You also see down here that there's create new. Anytime that you guys are working on an assignment for me and there's not already a document for you to use, sometimes there'll be a document down here that I can go into and type. But if there's not, and I want you to create a document, I would ideally like you to do it through right here. Instead of starting a whole new tab and making a document through maybe docs or slides or something like that, it's your best bet to come down here. The reason being because if I do that, it automatically links that document to this assignment on Google Classroom. And that way, if I forget to turn it in, or if I'm having some troubles with it and I need my teacher to look at it, they can do that right through the assignment right here. Makes things a little bit easier. So this is an option for me as well. With some of the assignments that you guys do, one of the options for you is to mark as done. Now, this isn't always going to be the case, but if that is the case, you can just hit this mark as done right here. It'll say that you've completed the assignment. And then I also have the option to unsubmit if that's something that maybe I wanted to do. So if I wanted to unsubmit this, I would have the option to go back in and maybe edit things if I wanted to. So this is just walking you through what the student view of things looks like. It doesn't tell you exactly how things are organized in our particular classroom. Now I'm going to go back to our class. Yours will look different than this. See how I have these 3 tabs across the top here with grades being one of them? You guys don't really have this same setup, mostly because, well, you're not the teacher of this class. So what you guys are seeing when you come onto the classroom probably looks something like this, which looks very overwhelming. And as Matt said, it's really hard to find what your work is if you're just looking at the screen as it shows right now. A good idea, though, would be to click on this classwork tab. Now, if you go to this classwork tab, you'll see that there's a little bit more organization to what's going on. If I scroll down, I can see all of these different kind of headings that show me an organized version of what is available. And if I look at this left-hand side over here, these are all of the headings that are available to me. So right now, let's say that we're starting this week 3 kind of learning experience. And I know that maybe all of these are going to be under the energy tab. So if I click energy right here, it actually just gives me those assignments and materials that are under that topic. So that way I don't have this cluttered up with anything else. All that's there is that energy stuff for week 3. Now, as you're starting each week, you're going to notice that there's a new material available for you. It's week 3 assignments. That week 3 assignments thing is going to be a little document that you can click through and look at in order to see what is your assignment for that week. All right, so if you open up that document, what you're going to see is kind of a description of what's going on. We've got this is Principles of Physics, week 3, Work and Power is the topic for this week. And if I look at that next slide on my slide deck, I'm going to see that this gives me a basic layout of what I should be doing each day of the week. So on Monday, I'm going to do an introductory lab. Tuesday, I'm going to do Khan Academy. Wednesday, I'm going to watch a presentation and answer questions. That one's not quite ready yet. Thursday, I'm going to be reading the textbook, and on Friday, I'm going to be doing my textbook homework. Now, this gives me just the basic outline. If I want more information, what I need to do is go to the next slide. So the next slide on here tells me a little bit more information about my introductory lab. This is not the full assignment for the introductory lab, but it does give me some information about that lab. Now, if I click on the next slide, Khan Academy, this Khan Academy slide is going to give me information about what I need to be doing this week on Khan Academy. If I click right here, it'll actually take me to Khan Academy and let me start that assignment. And down here, I have a kind of collection of the assignments that you're expected to do each week on Khan Academy. The next slide tells me a little bit about the presentation and questions. Like I said, that one's not up yet, but it will be by the time you get to that assignment. And then the last one is our book homework. So the first day you're to read it, the second day you're to answer the questions. But if I look right here, if I click on the image, I'll see that it's actually linked to the PDF of that section. I can click right here, get to that section, read everything that I need to read, do the problems, and go from there. This, again, is just the basic outline of what I need to be doing for each assignment. If I want more in-depth information, I need to go back to my Google Classroom. Now, popping back over to our main page here, each of those assignments is also listed right here. And they're usually in the order that you need to complete them. So the first thing that you have to do is that introductory lab. So for the introductory lab, you can click on this document. It'll walk you through the steps that you need to do to complete the lab, so on and so forth. Khan Academy is one of those ones that you're going to have to submit or mark as done in order to submit. And I'll be able to look at your Khan Academy page in order to determine whether or not you've actually completed that assignment. So there's a link right here, it takes you right to Khan Academy, and then right in the description here tells you what you need to do on Khan Academy. Down here, you have your textbook homework. There's a PDF linked right here that has your textbook section that you need to look at for this week. It also tells you what problems you should be attempting, and then gives you kind of instructions on how to turn it in. So you can take a photo and scan your work, turn it in, that photo or that scan, or alternatively, if you can't do that, you can just make a Google document, put your answers on there, and submit them that way. So whichever one seems to be the best way for you, that works for me as well. For things like the Khan Academy, like I said, you're going to mark it as done. For things like the textbook homework or the introductory lab, you're actually going to complete something and turn it in, submit it. I hope that this is enough information and that you kind of have a better understanding of what's going on in general using Google Classroom. If not, I would be happy to help you moving forward and answer any clarifying questions that you might have. All right, thanks guys. Happy learning.